This is the story of a small town boy desperate to be a ski champion. This is Hot Dog the Movie. I'm Jay Harangue and I've wasted hours of my life watching terrible films.
You should subscribe.
This is Harkin Banks and he's the main character.
Hi.
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 He's a competitive skier on his way to Squaw Valley to compete in the World Freestyle Ski Championships. At this gas station, he sees this girl, Sunny, arguing with this guy. He's like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Leave me alone, you perv." But when he drives past her, she's like, "I don't suppose you could give me a lift, could you?" And he's like, "Yeah, all right." On the way, they stop at a motel and nothing happens.
I was tired.
You a virgin?
Are you?
No.
But Sunny's decided she wants to hang around with Harkin for the next few days anyway. When they arrive at Squaw Valley, they check into the room that Harkin's booked, at the Fantasy Inn. But there's nobody at the front. Oh right, the manager's busy out the back. The room he's booked is a typical seedy motel with a heart-shaped waterbed. Looks ideal for what's bound to be going on in there later.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, Harkin takes Sunny out to dinner at the Olympic Village Inn.
Whoa, get a load of him.
That's Rudolph Garmisch. He's the best.
Although we don't see Harkin knocking one out under the table over Rudolph Garmisch, it's certainly implied.
Mr. Garmisch?
Ja,
Well, I think you're the greatest.
so ein stupider Amerikaner.
So Rudolph seems nice. Then we meet Dan.
Dan O'Callahan.
I'm Harkin Banks. I came here to compete, if I qualify.
You gotta be pretty good at making it on this circuit, kid.
Yeah. After dinner, Harkin takes Sunny to the Lone Star Saloon. Let's just say this scene hasn't aged well. There's a wet t-shirt contest being held, and this man is the MC, Lester the Molester.
Excuse me?
I haven't made that up, that's his name. The contestants seem to be aggressively forced up onto the stage by groups of men. I can't show what's going on the stage, obviously, but Harkin gets excited and decides Sunny needs to join in too. When they get back to their room, Harkin is playing guitar and singing like this.
Wishes came into my life, I'd say one.
And then they bang. The next day, Harkin qualifies for the competition with a pretty impressive run. And this hasn't gone unnoticed by Dan.
All right! Nice turns.
So later, Dan invites Harkin to join his little gang, the Rat Pack. The only members you need to know about are Squirrel and this guy Kendo. He's Japanese, never speaks English, dances like this, and opens peanut shells like this.
Naka yaru ne. Yokatta yo.
Right.
The Rat Pack invite Harkin to hit the slopes with them, and here we meet this woman. Yes, that's a young Shannon Tweed. In this, her name's Sylvia. She's having a party tonight, and the Twat Pack are invited. The Twat Pack call Rudolph and his gang of Austrians Rudy and the Rudettes.
They're so far up his ass, they don't know where he leaves off, and they begin. Stay out of our way.
Sylvia used to be Rudy's girlfriend, but then she shagged someone else, so now she's anyone's. When they finish skiing, the Twat Pack go for drinks and laugh about how rarely Squirrel gets laid. That night, Harkin and Sunny arrive at Sylvia's party. Sunny can tell Sylvia wants to shag Harkin, so she walks off and starts flirting with really weird-looking men. Harkin goes to sulk on the balcony. Sylvia offers to give him a tour of the house, and then they bang, while Kendo is upstairs, dancing like this. Sunny sees Harkin and Sylvia at it in the hot tub, and she's really not happy about this, so she goes to join Rudy in the sauna, and then they bang. The next day on the slopes, Rudy tells Harkin about this, and he's not happy at all. They decide to settle this over a game of broomball later that night.
What?
Yeah, I'll explain that later.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
But first, it's time for the first of the 3 events in this competition. Ballet.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I didn't know this sort of thing existed, but the competitors dance on skis and the judges give them scores out of 10. Harkin does alright, but Rudy wins the event, so he's in the lead. When Harkin gets back to his room, he argues with Sunny because she shagged Rudy. But she's like, "What about you? You shagged Sylvia, blah blah blah." That night it's time for the broomball game. It's like ice hockey, but with brooms instead of sticks, and everyone fights. Yes, this is shit. Rudy's team wins, but the whole scene is pointless. On the way home, Dan breaks into the equipment locker and tampers with Rudy and his friend's skis. So the next day, they all fall over. Yeah, this is shit. It's day 2 of the competition, and the second event is moguls. They're judged on technique here, and Rudy wins again, even though everyone thinks Harkin was better. Could it be that the judges are biased?
Obviously.
Back in his room, Harkin's playing the guitar, and when Sonny walks in, he sings to her like this.
If I'm missing you, then soon I'll be bringing down the moon.
And then they bang. The next day, it's time to head up the mountain to start the third and final event, ski jumps. There are only 4 seats in the gondola, so Squirrel's gonna have to ride up on his own. But hang on.
Hi. What's your name?
Squirrel.
And then they bang.
Wow, that was fast.
Right, let's get to the jumps. As you may have guessed, it all comes down to Harkin versus Rudy.
What?
At the top, they have to tell this guy with a headset what jump they plan to do. Rudy is going to do this.
A lay tuck trick.
Whatever.
He nails it, and all the judges give him near-perfect scores. Harkin's going to have to pull something pretty special out of the bag to beat that. What jump is he going for?
Twist and triple.
I've never seen one of those before. Are you qualified for that?
Well, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah! Wow, Harkin's nailed it too. Everyone cheers and they start celebrating. But oh no, the biased judges have given him lower scores than Rudy.
I don't see how.
Rudy and the Rudettes celebrate while the crowd pelt the judges with snowballs. Sonny tells Rudy that she thinks Harkin should have won. So Rudy throws a snowball in her face and skis off to the bar, where the Austrians celebrate by singing a song with the only German words the makers of this film could be bothered to learn.
Eins, zwei, drei, vier. Eins, zwei, drei, vier. Eins, zwei, drei, vier.
It seems Sylvia and Rudy have got back together, now that he's the champion.
What a slut.
But what's this? The Twat Pack pop up and start pelting them with snowballs.
God, that's gotta hurt.
Not really.
Not at all.
Dan has a proposition for Rudy.
I think it's time we settle this once and for all.
It's already been settled by the judges, but ignoring that.
Chinese downhill. Winner takes all.
Yeah, it is the only way.
Bring the trophy. I think it should go to the real champion.
I am the champion.
The Chinese downhill will decide everything.
Yeah, it is a great Chinese downhill.
I'm not sure why Rudy would bother with this, as he has absolutely nothing to gain. But anyway, that's what's happening.
What the fuck is a Chinese downhill?
A Chinese downhill is a no-holds-barred race from the top to the bottom of the mountain. Anything goes. Each competitor puts money in the pot and the winner takes all. The first person to reach the bottom and grab the trophy wins all the money, and in this case, the trophy. So yeah, the race is really fast and dangerous, and everyone's pushing people over. I bet you can't guess which 2 people it comes down to at the end.
My mind is a blank.
That's right, it's Harkin and Rudy.
Yes, of course.
Of course Harkin grabs the trophy and everyone's really happy, apart from Rudy.
We will meet again in hotdog 2.
No, they won't, because no sequel was ever made.
Good.
And that's the end of the film. So until next time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and check out this other video. Thank you.